Watch a long time. Yes, Janine.
Yes, Morgan.
I think it's our first MCU watch along.
Is it? Really?
I think so. I can't remember doing another one before, but we're here. We're back. We're very excited. I am Morgan. Here is Janine
Hello.
2. And that's not Janine 2 like there's a Janine 1.
Like there's another one. There's only one.
There's only one Janine. I could start a football chant of "There's only one Janine." I may do that at some point during the course of this movie. The movie we're not talking about a movie. We're watching
I know,
a
you're in
movie.
podcast mode.
So why I'm in full podcast mode.
Yeah.
We have just got off actually recording this upcoming Monday Madness episode. Fun one, very fun one. They've been so fun so far. They really have. I've loved doing them. It's a totally new vibe of show for us.
Yes.
It's obviously
chill,
longer format.
Great conversation. Yeah.
But it's fun for us. But we are here today to prepare ourselves for Thor Love and Thunder, which comes out next week, I think. Or is in 2 weeks' time?
2 weeks' time, yeah.
In 2 weeks' time, although some, critics are seeing it now and talking about it now, which is a positive sign, is that it's probably pretty good.
Yes,
Not that
I've heard
I've
more
seen.
good reviews. Yes,
I haven't seen any reaction from it, to be honest. It's not as though I'm not going to go and watch Thor Love and Thunder.
I didn't read any reviews. I just saw somebody saying that the reviews were mostly good.
Okay.
Because it just had its premiere like on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, but we are here. We're watching Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
Which, I mean, we could have watched Endgame. I suppose that was the last thing that Thor was in, wasn't it?
And we could have watched the first Thor and made fun of those ridiculous blonde eyebrows.
But this is the best Thor movie.
Yes.
And I really like Thor Ragnarok, and everybody really likes Thor Ragnarok, so that's what we're watching today.
Yes.
Get ready for a lot of swooning from Morgan whenever Tessa Thompson's on screen.
Yes.
I'm just preparing everybody for that. Janine, should we get straight on into it today?
Yes, I say you do the countdown because I'm doing a weird casting situation, and every time I cast from my Disney Plus to my phone, it starts playing on my phone for a little bit, and then I have to do a thing, and then it'll be on my TV. So if I try to do it without mute, you will hear it playing on my phone before it actually connects to my TV.
Okay. Well, how we do this? We start the movie from absolute 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We will count down. 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, we press play. This is for those of you who may be watching later on, watching along with us, or anything else. I have seen Steve and Michael in the chat already. Thank you for popping in. We hope to be joined by people in this watch along, but I'm not used to doing the countdowns. This is usually Janine's forte, but I will say 3, 2, 1, play. Yes. No. Is nobody doing the Marvel fanfare with me?
I do it every time I watch the shows.
Every single time.
Every time I watch dwing, 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 dwing. So good.
I always like as well I've liked with the ridiculous amount of MCU content we get, these days. How they're very quick to add in the latest character into the the opening.
Yes,
And
they'll make it
like
very
I've
topical
already
to the
noticed.
character.
Yeah, I've already noticed in Miss Marvel, Moon Knight's in the opening fanfare. Which
they change it all the time.
Really, yeah.
Like when
They never
Stan passed away, they made it all Stan Lee cameos. It was great.
Yeah. They never change the first bit though. That's always the same people.
Yeah.
The main Avengers.
Yes.
But here's Thor being miserable.
Yes. So the first Thor movies were actually kind of the kickoff of the Morgan Hasn't Seen show.
Were they? Were the Iron Man movie?
Well, I mean, it was in the set of films that you had said you'd never seen that prompted me to create the show Morgan Hasn't Seen.
I had watched this movie before I had watched the first two Thor movies. Yeah. Yes, that is
and he's a very different Thor. And even Chris Hemsworth talks about how in the last Thor film, in Thor 2, he didn't feel like he did his best. Like he felt like he didn't really portray the character how he wanted. And so this was kind of his moment to really kind of do things with the character that he really wanted.
Yeah. And look, I think Thor's become something totally different since Ragnarok.
Yeah.
In the MCU. He's become a real favorite of everybody. Because
and the fact that
it now
the
allows
comedy of him.
Yeah. It now allows Hemsworth to be appropriately silly, and he's very good at playing silly. I really like it.
I haven't seen
this.
Was
Sir to Clancy Brown? Do I have that right?
I think so.
Sir to the Fire God, or whatever the hell he is. Something like that. I'm sure it was Clancy Brown.
Well, let's take a look.
Just putting out the posts that we are live.
I might just have to look up. I just looked up Clancy Brown, and he is in the What If series.
Is he?
Yeah. But I didn't search the movie, so I'll look on the movie. But like when you just kind of look through his basic stuff, I just saw What If first.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
I haven't watched Ragnarok in a fair while though, because you don't get the chance to go back and watch them.
Yeah.
You're constantly watching new things from the MCU that you don't actually get the chance to just go back and watch the older movies a lot.
And now it's so big, it's like hard to kind of go back and do the whole big rewatch. Because I remember,
you can't.
Before we got to a certain length, like theaters were doing marathons, like full whole day marathons where you could watch all of the movies leading up to a movie. And yeah, I miss the days where you could do that. Now it's just way too much.
You'd never. No. You can't. Well, you can't do it, can you? Because a rewatch of everything MCU.
The last time I did that was
weeks long job.
To Endgame. Yeah, well, when Endgame was about to come out, that was the last time I did. I watched everything.
It's the absolute. It's the absolute maximum you could do.
Yeah.
Was obviously why. Why Endgame is a good end point.
Yeah.
To a story.
And so, even for just WandaVision, all I watched was for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I watched WandaVision and Doctor Strange, and that was it.
Okay. I don't remember watching anything else. I'm not good with doing stuff like this that we are exactly doing now. Yeah. Like if we weren't doing this watch along, there'd be no way I'd have watched this
movie to kind of prepare yourself.
No, and that's not out of dislike. I love Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't have done because I wouldn't have felt it necessary.
Yeah. So yeah, for this, like I would probably, we're watching this now. And then I'd probably watch Infinity War and Endgame just to kind of know, remember where he is at right now.
I know where he's at now. He's finding himself again. It's like it's all he does, Janine. Do you know what I mean?
It's tough. It's tough being a god.
You're boring me, Thor. All you do is go, "Who am I? Am I worthy? Am I Thor?" It's like mope around all the time. How was it?
Yeah.
I love Thor. I like Thor.
In helping people study for inner geekdom, it's like you kind of recognize these actors who cover the gamut of inner geekdom categories. Carl Urban is one of those.
Urban.
Yes, he's in Lord of the Rings.
It's Bones.
He's in the MCU.
Hello,
he's in
Bones.
Star Trek. And Judge Dredd as well would come up in inner geekdom.
Yeah.
So Dredd. So yeah, he's all over the inner geekdom category.
I think on the episode of Monday Madness we've just recorded, actually, I was talking about how every bit of comedy TV or movie that comes out of New Zealand now is just immediately thought of as being from Taika.
Yeah.
This movie really set that standard for the majority of the population believing that, because this was obviously his massive movie that he got after doing, 2 or 3 smaller, really well-received movies.
Yeah.
That I really like. I like everything he's ever done, but there are other New Zealand-based comedic creatives.
People out there that, but he's kind of like the bright, shiny star at the moment.
He is, and he is the face of it, which must annoy Jermaine Clement an awful lot.
I know, because he's like, I've been doing this stuff for a minute, so...
I've been doing this stuff as long as you have, Taika. I was on screen before you were.
Yeah.
And he was. Jermaine Clement does well enough for himself, I think.
Yeah.
Although, was he in this movie?
Gross.
Was Jermaine Clement in this movie?
Oh, was he?
In a weird cameo? I know there's a couple of people. No, I don't think he was he? You got the woman from Hunt for the Wilder People in this.
Oh, yeah. She's Jeff Goldblum's like right-hand assistant kind of person. Yeah.
You also forget Jeff Goldblum was actually in the MCU.
He forgets. Like someone was trying to ask him, "What do you like better, the DC or Marvel?" He's like, "I don't know." I don't know. Like
you were in the Marvel universe, Jeff. Was I?
Yeah, like he didn't know the difference
that.
between DC or Marvel. Like he was just like, "Oh, whatever. I don't know if it's DC. I don't know if this movie's Marvel. I don't know what that means." Like
I got to dress up in funny clothes and have weird hair. I was happy.
I want that portrait of him fighting with his brother, the Collector, in my house that you see. There's in the Mission Breakout ride. There's a picture of them playing a game, and he's getting mad and like throwing all the pieces, and the Collector's like laughing. I'm like, that's a fun painting. I would like that.
Oh dear, Loki.
Oh my gosh, this reenactment with Chris Hemsworth's brother and Matt Damon
and Sam Neill.
Yes, the cameo king, Matt Damon.
It is stupid, isn't it?
What?
This movie is just, it does not take itself seriously in the slightest.
No.
And Anthony Hopkins, he just lied there.
Yeah, he's having a blast eating grapes.
Doing very little work at the age of 80.
And notice the song that they're singing. That's the song that played when the Frigga died, like in the score.
Is it? Okay.
They're actually singing the score, I believe, when Frigga died.
And here's Sam Neill.
Yes. I'm delivering these lines. Blue baby icicle thing. Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
He does. He just Greetings, Thor. How are you?
Yes.
Hello. I wasn't expecting you to be here.
But also him like having to pretend to be Odin, like him having to come at it from that angle is pretty funny. I'm just tossing his hammer like it's like a coin or something. Like,
well, there'll be somebody else smacking a hammer around in the new movie.
yes. So I'm really curious to see if they kind of go into the cancer storyline with Jane. Because we never really see in any of the trailers, we see Thor kind of like in normal clothes, but we never see her in normal clothes. We always just see her in the Thor look. So
yeah, true.
So it would be interesting to see if they actually play into that the cancer storyline with Jane. I think
hello Billy in the chat. I just
Billy.
wanted to I'll put up this comment from Billy because I find it quite funny.
It does. It's very funny.
It's very funny. It's very funny, Billy. Anthony Hopkins is delightful in general, though, really, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, I love the subtitles. All gasp.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me. But I mean, you forget what Loki even is, don't you? Because this Loki's still dead.
Yeah.
Because the Loki that actually exists in the MCU now is
the
still
Loki from the first Avengers movie.
Exactly.
But yeah, like and the sign that the scene where he dies is just it's heartbreaking.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's awful.
Because,
I mean, it really started Infinity War very well.
Yes, and for the longest time, like he was, once he found out like the truth, he was, I'm not Odin's son, I'm not your brother, all of these things. And when he kind of looks to Thor and says and describes himself as Odin's son, it's like it has so much more weight. It's like a small thing that it's like the moment where T'Challa says Clint's name because it's just like a callback to like he didn't care. Now he cares enough to say Clint, So I like little things like that. But yeah, it gives it more emotional weight when he actually says Odin's son. And like looks at Thor at that moment.
Oh, you forget Doctor Strange was in this movie.
Yeah.
I completely forgot Doctor Strange was in this.
Yeah, like wasn't this the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange?
Yes, possibly. Yeah, because weren't they having like a drink together or something?
Yeah, like he offers him tea and then he like gives him a giant
Where's Wong? Where's Wong? Come on, Wong. You've got to be here somewhere.
It's the only time he wears those yellow gloves. like those costume accurate yellow
Possibly,
gloves.
yes. He will not be wearing those yellow gloves again, I don't think, because he'd be too busy.
Billy always coming in strong with those puns. Hella funny movie.
Yeah, you forget about Hela as well. What a really great one and done villain.
Yeah.
It's a shame she was a one and done villain.
I know.
I've been falling for 30 minutes. That's exactly what this is, isn't it?
Yes.
Where's Wong? Come on, Wong.
Are you a fan of Doctor Strange?
What, the person or the movie?
Both. Like, do you like the character? Do you like any of his appearances?
I liked Multiverse of Madness, but I think that was more of a tone of the movie situation. I don't mind Doctor Strange. I'm interested in a character like Doctor Strange. I just think Doctor Strange himself is not supposed to be a particularly lovable character.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in that side of the universe, the MCU.
Yeah. The magical side.
The magical side. And I really did like Multiverse of Madness, even though I having sat on it for a couple of months now, I've become less enthused about the Illuminati situations.
Yeah. It's now on
just
Disney Plus, so you can revisit
it is.
it.
It is, but it just in terms of it was ridiculously insane to put all that in the middle of that movie. And I know it was a fairly insane movie anyway, but
yeah,
I still think Multiverse of Madness was too short.
For all the stuff they were kind of
I don't think
saying it was going to give us.
I think it was too. It didn't actually have enough time to deal with what it dealt with.
Him just like falling all over the place because he keeps moving him. It's hilarious. And I also like seeing characters that have been established by other directors being directed by other directors. So like Doctor Strange, that character having to be directed by Taika Waititi, and see, if that makes any kind of differences with the character and things like that.
You just end, with that kind of thing, it'd just end up being, you just get side eyes and things like that from him, which you do get. And with Raimi directing him, he's been falling for 30 minutes, Janine.
Yes. Bye.
Settle down, Loki.
But yeah, I think was it on Endgame? The Endgame has, I don't know if it was Endgame or Infinity. I think it was Infinity War, maybe. They have some really great features, and one of them was kind of this directors roundtable where all the directors were just kind of talking about their movies and
this is why
going into the other characters and things like that.
This is why I still want to own a big Infinity Saga.
Me too.
Box set, physical.
Because I have them all on streaming, but I definitely want, because I have all the early
yeah, because they're obviously they're all on Disney Plus, obviously, aren't they?
Yes, but you still kind of want the physical media of them.
Yeah, because you get all the features and all that kind of stuff.
So
hello, Steve. We're prepping for July.
Steve.
Yes, we are prepping for Love and Thunder. It was scheduled for 4 a.m. earlier because I'd scheduled it for 9 p.m. UK time, but the 9 p.m. had been put as 9 a.m. accidentally. That was what happened.
That looks like the Cliffs of Moher a little bit.
It isn't. It's in Norway.
I know it's not, but it's just giving me that energy of, scary tall cliffs with no barriers.
Would you go back to Ireland, Janine?
I would. I loved it. It was beautiful.
What's my time code? For the movie. Time code for the movie. I'm at 20 minutes, 40 seconds now.
But you have your crazy UK thing. I think mine's like a little bit ahead of yours.
Oh.
I'm at 21 minutes exactly.
Well, I might be there now. Oh, yeah, you might be a little bit ahead. That's fine. Oh, Thor loses the same eye as Odin does.
He does.
There's a little thing that I never really paid much attention to before. I forget as well now. So Thor's just not got one eye now, has he? He's got a weird robotic eye.
He has a really creepy eye that he got from Rocket.
From Rocket, yeah.
And there's actually an interesting theory about that.
About the eye Rocket gave him?
No, just about the fact why Rocket likes to collect all these people parts. Because he gets so much shit about not being a human and being some weird trash panda thing that like he's trying to build himself a human form.
Steve says 2 of these men can grow a beard that rivals Morgan. Steve, 2 of these men have far better beards than I do.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna say something about Thor's beard looking kind of fake in some of those Doctor Strange scenes. So I feel like those scenes were probably filmed at a different time where he didn't.
Well, no, to be fair, I've got quite a similar beard to Hemsworth, actually, haven't I? Because I don't think Hemsworth can grow, like here, either. He's bare there as well. Like some people are really full, like all across the mouth. Actually, I do have quite a similar beard to Chris Hemsworth. Tom Hiddleston would look very unusual with the beard.
Yeah, with the beard. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Loki. You forget the Loki TV series exists. There's too many things, Jenny.
I know.
There's too many things.
She looks great, though.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Not the best looking woman in the movie, admittedly. Where is she? I'm sat here waiting for Tessa Thompson to show up.
No.
I just want to make that obvious to everyone.
Okay, fair enough.
As wonderful as Cate Blanchett is, I don't have her as my lock screen on my phone. Do you want to see my phone lock screen? Because it genuinely is Tessa Thompson. You can believe me. Just believe me.
Oh,
believe me.
Oh, okay, Morgan.
So, just throwing that out there. She can stop Mjolnir. Oh no.
It looks like Jane actually does an attack with the shards of it. Like she makes the shards like shoot off and then like come back together in one of the trailers.
Well, what? I mean, I forget what happened to Mjolnir. Is Mjolnir still about, isn't it? He just uses Stormbreaker now. Yeah, that's what I mean. He just uses
because Stormbreaker is also a rainbow bridge type thing, so he can also travel around with Stormbreaker. Oh damn! I forgot she did that to Loki. And she kills all the Warriors 3.
No! Oh no! Not the Warriors 3. The most useful characters in the entire MCU.
I mean, they're most useful in the first film.
They might as well. The Warriors 3 might as well be Bifer, Bopher, and Bomber from The Hobbit. They're that useless.
Oh, that's terrible.
Steve pictures Galadriel dropping ominous words. I mean, yes, obviously. Galadriel.
Yes.
You couldn't get 2 more different characters, really, from Cate Blanchett.
Like, why? At least don't dispatch them so easily. Let them, like, fight a little bit. Give them some fight. That's why I didn't like.
They're all useless.
That's why I'm like, it made me sad. Like, they at least were more useful in the first movie, and you saw they had some skill and all of these things, but I wish they wouldn't have gone out so easily. That was just kind of depressing. At least Hogun has a little bit of a fight. He tries before he dies, and then
At
Lady
least,
Sif couldn't be in this movie, so Lady Sif is still out there, presumably somewhere.
Yeah,
Lady Sif did not get killed, so and she
is
did
Lady
appear in Loki.
is Lady Sif not going to be in? I know, but she appeared in Loki as that weird.
I think the only reason she
one of
didn't
a
do this
certain
movie was because
time.
she actually had her own like network show at this time, so she was
Okay.
filming her show, and so she couldn't come back for this. So I think that's the only reason she's not in this movie.
We have
But
to
I don't know.
assume Lady Sif is actually dead, though.
I mean, maybe
In
It's never been said.
continuity reasons, like I know with time jumping and multiverse hopping all over the damn place these days.
Yeah.
But in real continuity terms, she would have either died during the destruction of Asgard, or, you know, at the end of this movie, or
Yeah.
in, or she would have been on that ship and died
Yeah.
at Thanos and died because of Thanos. It was one of the two.
Yeah. So it hasn't been explained what's happened to her.
But
Yeah, she was in
she
that.
did show up
Yes, yes, Steve. She was in that
tattoo
tattoo series, wasn't she? I don't know. Like, she's covered in tattoos, and I don't like something like she doesn't. It's kind of like a Memento thing. I kind of remember something about. I only just watched previews for it. I never actually watched the show. She's like covered in tattoos, and they all kind of lead to different things. Was she in
Endgame? I don't think she was
remember.
in Endgame, was she?
I don't remember.
I don't remember all. There was too many people in Endgame, Steve. But no, she was in Loki, and you know, I would expect
that was
we'll
like
see
flashback version of her.
I would expect we'll see her in that capacity, you know, or in a we'll just grab Sif from Earth 713, Vault 713. What's in there, Hagrid? Come on, Janine, what's in Vault 713? Answer the question, Janine.
The Philosopher's Stone.
Thank you. Although I would have also accepted "Can't tell you, Harry" as a response.
Yeah. I couldn't quite remember what Hagrid said. I knew that's what you were looking for, so I was trying to remember. So, oh, here
Can't
you go.
tell you, Harry. Top
here
secret.
You go.
Hogwarts business.
Here's your lady.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. In the trailers for Love and Thunder, she's wearing a suit, and I'm into it.
She's the boss.
I know she's the king.
She's the king of Asgard.
She's the king of New Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
She's absolutely drunk off her face in this particular scene, but that's fair enough.
Yes, which is great.
But I find Tessa Thompson incredibly attractive wearing a suit, much like she was basically the only reason I liked Men in Black International, because the entire movie she was wearing a suit.
Yeah, she looks pretty good in a suit.
She pulls off a suit unbelievably well. Not everybody can do that. Pulls off a suit better than I do.
Yeah. No, you look pretty good in a suit, Morgan.
No, a turtleneck and a blazer, yes. Not a suit.
Not a suit. So you've never worn a suit.
If I wore a tie, it would look ridiculous. A shirt and a tie. If I started to go about in a shirt and a tie, it would look silly.
I love that you sent a picture of your outfit. You showed a picture of your outfit to the opera house to make sure it was up to the dress code.
I didn't send a picture of the outfit to the opera house.
I corrected myself. I
went to the opera house. I didn't show them a picture.
I thought you showed them a picture and said, if I come back wearing this, is that okay?
I went to the opera house and I described to them what I was going to wear, and they said it was okay. I wanted to look appropriate. Oh, Steve thought she was at Tony's funeral. She didn't know Tony, Steve. Lady Sif had nothing to do with Tony Stark. She wouldn't have cared.
Oh, I mean, the Wakandans really didn't either, but they were there.
Not all Wakandans.
I mean, it told
there was 3 Wakandans.
I
there.
know, but they didn't.
And
really
Baku wasn't there.
I'm just, you know who
Nakia
I'm talking
wasn't
about.
there.
You know who I'm talking about. Stop being obnoxious. Oh my gosh, I hate that you know how to just annoy me. Like, you perfectly know what I'm saying. You just want to be a dude.
I don't know what you're saying, but the only people who were there from Wakanda were T'Challa, Okoye, and Shuri.
Yeah.
Nobody else from Wakanda. Millions of Wakandans.
Okay, I'm leaving the stream right now.
The entire country of Wakanda was at the funeral.
See you, Hogan. You lived a good life.
You do feel sorry for Hela, though. I mean, she was fairly unfairly gotten rid of.
Yes, but she just was wanting too much. And wanting
but all it takes is a conversation.
Bad things to get there. Yes.
All it takes is a conversation. Just like, let's just have a discussion about this.
Let's just take it back a few notches.
Like, we got there with Loki. Loki's still... I mean, Loki's not exactly free. He's constantly on the run from something or other.
Yeah.
But he's not banished, exactly, is he? He manages to find ways back.
See, at least they give Hogun a little fight. Like, at least give the other 2 a little bit of fight. Like, that's just sad. She just threw some daggers in their face and they were dead.
Still gets torn a new one, though, doesn't he?
Levi deserves a little more than that.
Zach Levi wanted to get away from this as soon as possible so he could go and play Shazam.
And he was the original casting for that character, and he couldn't do it. So then that's when they got Josh Dallas for the first film. And then when Josh Dallas was now doing Once Upon a Time show, he couldn't do it. So then they went back to their original casting choice, which was Zach Levi.
Do you think the Asgardian warriors look like gold cloaks from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, kind of.
The City Watch of King's Landing. Why was
that fight so gummy in CGI? Like, what?
It is, isn't it? It's
literally just her stabbing
CGI.
People. Like, why did that have to be CGI? Why couldn't they just do a practical fight?
I don't recall it being quite so CGI. It was. Yeah. Scourge. Stupid name. Do you know why Scourge is a stupid name?
Why?
Because it reminds me of the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets PlayStation 2 game, where there's a spell called Scourge, and it's just a load of bubbles that gets rid of slime that's in your way.
It just reminds me of Surge energy drinks that were like popular when I was like a teenager, and I remember the can with like green looking, like intense goo looking stuff on it. Like,
if you're playing that game, you'll wind up your wand like this. You'll hold down the button, your wand will go like this.
Oh, really?
And then Harry will just go, Scourge!
Really?
And it'll go blub, 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 and all the slime will just away.
Oh my gosh. Did they even ever use a spell like that in the movie?
No.
I didn't think so.
I don't even think it's used anywhere in books. I don't think
Do you feel like you're on that ride in Blackpool? So start playing Pure Imagination.
No, because they're not playing pure imagination. They're playing I've got a golden ticket. Totally different.
It's still it's still a
No,
Willy
and
Wonka
do you know
song.
why? Do you know why I
But
don't
did you
think?
not even kind of think about that when you
Yes.
watched this part?
Yes, I did. I did, yes. Oh, dear.
Yes, Morgan has told me about this magical ride at this theme park place that's like in in the UK called Blackpool, where there's an Alice in Wonderland like dark ride, but they're playing I've Got a Golden Ticket the whole time through the ride. Like,
They are.
but it's
They
an Alice
are.
in Wonderland ride.
And not Disney's Alice in Wonderland. I'm talking like
No, it's just like some crazy
generic public domain Alice in Wonderland. You know. It's good. It's a good dark ride.
Yeah,
Hello,
I was saying
Jeff.
earlier.
How are you?
Yes, Steve. I was saying earlier that there's a cool painting of them like fighting during like while playing a board game in the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and so I would love to have that painting in my house.
Is the collector dead?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Thanos probably killed him.
I think the collector is actually dead, isn't he? Janine, you're in the midst of a heat wave. Even Britain's in the midst of a heat wave at the minute. It's very humid and sticky for Britain standards.
The high today is saying it's going to be 107. So, yeah.
Oh dear, hell on earth.
Yes, and today's the day my friends decided to invite themselves over for a barbecue, so they can barbecue.
Well, it is barbecue weather,
and they want to play outside. They want to play, they want to do some Top Gun volleyball outside. They want to play some cornhole. And
right, cornhole's the one with the beanbag into the hole at the far end of the target.
Yes,
thing, right?
Which I actually had a cheapy cornhole set I had gotten like a couple years ago.
We don't call that cornhole. We call that throw the beanbag into the hole.
I think a lot of people really creative name. I had gotten like a really cheapy set for like $30, and then I proceeded to leave it out in the rain and it got destroyed. So I found another cornhole set. And it's a Spider-Man one. Jeff Goldblum is the best. Like, just now realizing there's 2 Jurassic Park people in this movie.
There is. Where's Laura Dern when you want her?
I know, right? Why couldn't she play Hella? Can you imagine?
That'd have been so good. That would have worked so well. Who's this other dude?
No, I'm not missing out of anything right now. They're coming later to come hang out and be hot playing volleyball outside. And the later, the better. Hopefully, it won't be as terrible.
Who's this other guy that the Grandmaster's just?
I think that's his cousin. I think they end up saying that's his like cousin or his nephew or something. I love a silly villain that's like evil, but like he's just kind of goofy about it. Like,
and Goldblum's perfect for that because
yes,
he is just constantly. I mean, he was really overdoing it in Jurassic World Dominion. I know we talked about this on our live discussion, but oh my god, was he Goldbluming all over the place?
All over the place, and he's like the standout. Like everyone said of the 3, like he was their favorite.
So. Oh yeah, I would say so. But he was over Goldbluming sometimes, just like, oh, but where's the control panel for the? I don't know, and what's going on? For God's sake, Jeff, get on with it. Yeah. And he does it in this movie as well. He's just like, oh well, look, I'm stepping in all the. Oh, get it off. Just walk to the side, Jeff. You don't have to go on and on and on.
But that's his thing.
It is his thing. And
if jazz music were a person, it would be difficult.
Yes. Does he not? He plays jazz as well,
yes,
doesn't
he does. He has such a good vibe.
He does. Now, the Grandmaster and the Collector are celestials?
I think so.
Are they the same people that... What were the people from... Not the people, but the huge god things from the Eternals from... What were they called? Were they the Celestials as well?
Oh, I think they were. Yeah, like those big...
The huge things that I forget the name of.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that came out of the water at the end, and then Kit Harington got all, "Ooh, what's that?" and then ran back and got his sword.
And when you see all the heads here, and like one of them is Beta Ray Bill, like the statues, I think those are like Celestials.
Oh yeah, the
and then like
horse person.
the big skull that you see
There he
that is like is the nowhere place. That is a Celestial skull. Yeah.
Oh, so it can't be then, can it? Because if the Collector lives on nowhere, how would he be a Celestial if he's supposed to be that?
Yeah. I don't remember how all of that
Here's
works.
Korg. Hello, Korg.
Yes.
No, Korg's not dead. Korg's in the new movie, isn't he? Of course he is.
Yes.
Is Meek dead? Meek's dead. I think Meek's dead. Is Meek dead or was Meek in?
No, he was in Endgame. They're like he's sitting on the couch and they're playing video games. And Noob Master is actually that stupid guy from the Apple Store in Captain America Winter Soldier. When him and Natasha are on the run and they go to the Apple Store and they like kiss on the escalator and all that, and they go into an Apple Store to use a computer, and like this guy with long hair and a beard like helps them.
Yeah.
That's Noob Master, apparently.
Is that a confirmed thing?
Yes, that is a confirmed thing.
Okay.
That he's the guy playing against Korg that Thor yells at. Oh yes, I forgot about that commercial.
Deadpool. I forgot about Deadpool. I mean, I didn't forget about Deadpool, but there's so many things that it's easy for it to just pass over your mind. When's Deadpool supposed to be coming into all this?
I got some news that I read some news that about the plot was out of kind of what they're going to do, and they're working on it now.
Although it'll be what's its face next month, won't it? San Diego.
Oh yeah.
So are we expecting
some reveals there? Yeah, all I heard was that Deadpool's going to be like a fish out of water story, so I don't know if it's going to be a fish out of water in terms of this R-rated character in the MCU or if that's really just the story. I don't know.
What it's going to be is, I think, a quite obvious way of doing it is just going, Deadpool's well aware that he's just come out of the Fox universe and into this one, and he's just like, wait, you're not supposed to look like that, you look like this. And that kind of situation.
And like
that's what
pointing out
be.
comic accurate characters and all these things. Yeah.
Wow, look at all these characters we have. You must have so much money. That's what it's going to be. I like the Deadpool movies. I like both of them. I like both Deadpool movies. Oh, remember when everybody got so excited about that Infinity Gauntlet?
And they said
how young we all were at one point, Janine.
That whole fine, I'll do it myself thing. Yeah.
Now all we care about is multiversal craziness, and we haven't really got a clue where it's leading.
Yeah.
We're just getting inundated with new characters. Smashes up a lot of things, Hela.
It sure does.
She likes smashing. She likes...
Cate Blanchett once played a character named Janine.
In what movie was this?
Oh, you don't know?
Cate Blanchett once played a character named Janine.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I can't think. Which movie was this? What was this?
Hot Fuzz.
Okay. Good
You never
pull.
see her face.
Good pull. No,
Yes.
you don't. No, you don't.
She plays his girlfriend, Janine, who dumps him.
Good pull. Fair play. Carl Urban once played a character called Morgan. He didn't. He might have done. He might have done.
Maybe.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, it was weird. Because they had to explain away why we saw an Infinity Gauntlet early in the Thor movies. So
It's like, oh, it's fake. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Get it away. I just hope that the characters we've gotten in Phase 4 so far that seem quite small scale and self-contained. I just hope they don't remain like that, because I think the beauty of the MCU is the crossing over of everything, and anybody's really able to be in any other person's thing if it calls for it. So like the Eternals people, like I want them to get more involved, because I really liked the Eternals, and I get the feeling the Eternals will be rather easily forgotten about by a lot of people.
Because the tone was just so kind of strikingly different than everything else. Yeah, I think that's why people couldn't really get behind
That's why I
that
liked
movie.
it.
Yeah, I liked it
That's
too.
exactly why
But
I
it was
liked
just
it.
a little too slow for people, I think. Let's play Get Help. Yeah, that's a fun. I like that whole that they have these
Get Help's a
childhood
good
games.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. And people always kind of argue about who has the most tragic story. And I think it definitely has to be Thor.
Who out of any MCU character?
Yeah.
Tragic. I mean, literally everything bad possible happens to Thor, doesn't it? He gets banished. His mother dies. He gets
dumped.
He gets
his home gets destroyed.
His romantic relationship, his home realm gets destroyed. His brother dies. Everybody he knows dies.
Who he has a complicated relationship with on top of that, and finally they've kind of made peace with each other.
His father gets killed by his sister. He then kills his sister.
Yeah.
He gets really depressed and miserable, and has a little cry with his mother in a different timeline in Endgame.
I love that scene. I love that
it's a beautiful scene.
It made Dark World not be a complete waste of time.
It did. I've got to say, I like how Thor has long hair again in Love and Thunder, but how it's kind of nicer to look at than this long hair.
Yeah, this dirty looking hair.
It's braided. He looks like he's taken care of it. It's braided and plaited and.
Yes. Well, it's okay. Stanley's gonna cut it off right now.
Oh, he is. That's right. Yes. You forget about. I mean, you don't, but because there's not been one for a good few years for obvious reasons, you forget they actually ever existed. Because, like I said, you don't go back and watch MCU movies because you don't have time to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the art of the Valkyrie flashback is it's like a painting. I want that painted on my ceiling. If I had enough money and a fancy house, I would have somebody paint that Valkyrie thing on my ceiling. Like some kind of Italian freaking art.
I mean, I'd just be happy with a painting of Tessa Thompson. I'm sorry. It doesn't have to be large. It's just a little one.
Oh, okay.
Steve says Loki can come back, I think. Well, yeah, I mean, you just use Loki from the TV show Loki, but he won't have the same memories and story, will he? But you could, because it reminds you. I mean, that story's very self-contained, isn't it? Now, though, I mean, because he's in a completely different universe. Multiversal weirdness, craziness. Here he is. Stan Lee, also known as Edward Scissorhands. I was about to say you forget that Hulk was in this movie, but you don't. You don't forget that Hulk was in this movie. He's literally a huge part of the movie.
Yes.
It's not a fever dream of Tessa Thompson.
Was that a play on words, Morgan? Were you being punny right there?
Where?
When you said Hulk is a huge part of the movie.
No, no. I'm not clever enough for that. I'm very literal. Hulk is a huge part of this movie. But many people would have you believe that this is the most accurate Hulk you've ever had.
Yeah.
Because he's simply spoken when he's Hulk and normal Banner when he's Banner.
Yeah.
Rather than being the amalgamation of the two that you have now. I do think he looks good, though, with the short hair.
He does. And he still feels like Thor, though,
Oh, yeah. Steve says he liked what they did with Hulk until Banner. I presume you mean until what Hulk is now. Where he's kind of Dr. Hulk, or whatever you call it. Where it's basically, Banner doesn't even need to be Banner anymore. He can just be Hulk all the time.
Yes. I don't know. Some people love that because it is kind of a comic book thing, at least. They worked it in. But some people don't like it at all.
I don't think too seriously about these kind of things. What I do like about this is you get the winged helmet.
Yes.
I can't remember if they ever explain how the hell Hulk got here in the first place.
Well, he took the ship and then just floated away in Ultron, right? Is that when that happened?
It must have been. No, because he wasn't in that movie.
In Age of Ultron?
Oh, yeah, he was.
I'm trying to think, when did he just get on the ship and sail away?
I remember. What movie he wasn't in was Civil War. Neither of these two were in Civil War. Loki, absolutely. Loki sat up there crying because he's seen Hulk. Makes me laugh.
I know, he's just so super scared. So I guess a little kid actually came up with a "he's a friend from work" line. Like a kid, I think it was like a Make-A-Wish kid was there on the set as part of this kind of thing.
Loki's Hulk.
No, he's terrified because he got smashed around. Yeah, I guess a little kid, maybe like a Make-A-Wish kid, was on set that day and came up with the line. So they used it. You know what other movie that happened in? Where some kid was on set and made up a line that they ended up using in the movie.
What?
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, for God's sake. What was a child doing on the set of I Know What You Did Last Summer?
I don't think it was like a child, but it was like a teenage kid who was there, like won some prize or something. And guess what line they came up with?
Did they come up with the line, "I know what you did last summer"?
No, I don't think that's even actually said in the movie.
No, it's not, but it's
they read it off of, yes. No, it's the, "What are you waiting for?
Oh, for God's
What are you The little turn and this whole
spinning around. 1997.
Yeah.
A good year and a terrible year.
People say that movie copies Scream, but it's like the same writer and he wrote that movie before he wrote Scream. Yeah. So technically it's not really copying.
I still haven't gotten to the grips of how Hulk got to this place.
I can't remember what movie it is where he gets on a ship and he just flies away, and that's how he ends up here.
I mean, it must be Age of Ultron. Because it wouldn't be anything else.
He really tried to pull the sun's getting real low thing. Hilarious.
You can't do that, Thor. He doesn't find you pretty. Steve says he just wanted the actress to spin around in a white shirt. Yeah, maybe. You know what teenagers are like, Janine.
Yes. So I don't know. I can't remember in the story that Jennifer Love Hewitt tells us if he told her to do that whole spin and thing. But
Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's not in things these days.
No, I mean,
do you know what? She's really not either, is she? What happened to Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be maybe talking about something of that ilk at some point, but on a Monday show. But yeah, I think the last thing she did, she was on that show Criminal Minds for a couple seasons, like the later seasons.
Really, Criminal Minds.
Yeah, and that's kind of the last acting I think she's really done.
I mean, if she doesn't want to do anything, then that's fine. But if she does and she's not getting things, then I just question why.
Yeah.
Smashy.
Yes.
This is the definition of Hulk smash.
It is.
The only reason Thor isn't dead is because he's a god.
Yes, and he was able to channel some lightning powers he never even knew he had.
Yeah, but you know he has them at the end of this movie when he's giving it the whole flying down on the Bifrost Bridge. That's the one. I am the god of lightning. No, wait, I'm the god of thunder. I don't know what I am. Well, you don't know what you are, Thor. That's nothing new, is it?
Yeah.
It's your entire character, Thor. Who am I? And you get that again in Love and Thunder. Yes. By the sounds of it. I've got to try and figure out who I am. I'm going to go on a stupid expedition with the Guardians.
And he doesn't even fit with them, so.
No, he really doesn't.
What a cheater.
That is cheating.
Yes.
You can't just you all these people that have gambled on this fight now, Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And you've just tampered with the result.
Yes. Another date, another dog.
Another Doug. Oh dear.
Another day, another dog.
Oh dear, not another Doug. Resistance is futile. Are you just saying words now, Steve? Where's resistance is futile been coming from? This isn't Star Trek.
I mean, she is kind of hamming it up like a Star Trek villain.
The Borg. Resistance is futile. I hate the Borg. They took over my mind. That's not what he says, is it? The line will be drawn here.
Yes.
This far, no farther.
Yes. That's a great delivery.
You are funny, Steve. Yes, you are. Bifrost is looking kind of grey.
Yeah.
Who broke the Bifrost?
And I like that Heimdall is like, getting a
Why is
little bit of
Heimdall?
meat in this movie. He's leading people to safety.
Oh,
He's
here
like
he is.
He's like a refugee leader guy.
I must be seconds
You
behind
forgot?
you.
Did
Here
you
he is.
forget?
I forgot Heimdall was in this movie as doing this. Yes, did. Oh, just another one that's dead.
Oh,
He is, though.
yes, I know.
Unless you get Idris Elba back for alternate universe Heimdall.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure Idris would probably be willing to do. Or you'd like to think he would. Or at least you'd like to think he would if he would be given more things to do in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve says Idris Elba is one of his sister's dream men. Which makes
He's
sense,
one of
as he is
one
a
of
very
most
handsome gentleman.
women's dream men's is.
He's most people who are attracted to men's dream men. Dream man. It must be said.
Yes.
Heimdall could help. Who else was refugees? The Skrulls, they were refugees. So
Yeah.
no, but that was in Captain Marvel, and that movie was set in the 90s. And the Skrulls are no longer refugees.
No.
They're now getting a little bit. They're getting a little bit bold, the old Skrulls, Janine.
Just a little bit.
They're getting a little bit. Let's take over people's bodies, of the old Skrulls. Even though.
Oh yes, Steve, I have seen that movie. Or have seen that trailer for that movie where Idris Elba's a genie. Yeah, it's like 1,000 years of longing or something.
Idris Elba's a genie.
He's a genie to like Tilda Swinton.
What?
Yes.
What a bizarre. Skrulls are now invading. They are going to invade. It's going to be secret. It's going to be a secret, though. You're not going to know the invasion's taking place. It's a secret invasion. Hulk always Hulk. Banner never Banner. Was it like 3 years or something like that? What the Banner wasn't
That he
Banner
hasn't
for?
been. Yeah, he's just been stuck as Hulk this whole time.
Can't be good for your health, Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, here's they're explaining how he's got there. You can tell it's been a while he's got this movie. Now, they should have just, gone all out with it and just shown fully naked Hulk. I'm sure people would have been willing to watch that. It's not a real green penis.
The person who would have to animate.
What are you working on today, Bob? The same thing I've been working on for the last month.
It's pretty big.
Hulk's pain.
Oh my gosh.
How much are you getting paid for that, Bob? Not enough. Not enough.
He's just lamenting it, poor guy. Poor imaginary Bob.
Poor Bob.
just enjoying this so much.
They don't explain how Hulk learned to speak, though.
No.
At all. He just kind of turned up in the movie and could speak.
I mean,
Although,
kind of...
did he not say, like, a couple of words in the Avengers, An Age of Ultron?
Yeah.
As Hulk, did he not say, like,
well,
smash?
Puny God, that was kind of
Puny
the big
God,
thing.
Puny God.
And, yeah, it's Hulk smash and all that. Yeah. Which is pretty much all he said in the original, the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, the one that doesn't exist but does exist but doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's weird. Owned by Universal, so it's
what
not.
What about Eric Barner's Hulk? What does he say?
Oh, I don't care because the movie was terrible.
It's a weird movie. I have a soft spot for it because it's just weird.
I mean, I loved a lot of. I loved
statement.
I loved a lot of bad movies.
But to make a comic book movie and have scenes play out like pages from a comic book is a bold move.
To just do that whole thing, like
to do the entire movie in weird split screen scenes and like you're flicking through a comic book. And to have
I think
crazy Nick Nolte,
something creative with that.
Crazy Nick Nolte and typical Sam Elliott. Puny God. Yeah. Thor sad. That's not how... Imagine if Hulk talked like that. Thor sad.
Oh my gosh.
Hulk big.
These fights.
Kicking things at each other.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the good comedy coming out now because it's just goofy.
Yes, them having this whole ass fight and like Thor just doing, or Hulk doing his Hulk talk.
I don't even remember Hulk or Banner and Thor having any particular individual, not individual, but moments
like
together.
Moments together, yeah.
In Infinity War and Endgame, though. You know what I mean? After this movie, you'd think they would
kind of
do this. They've
had
a whole thing together.
Yeah.
With this movie, and you don't really see them together. Just the two of them in those other.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah. I guess more because he's not this same version. Like even Tessa Thompson's kind of taken aback by him not being this version of Hulk, and he's like talking to her and she's like, this is so weird.
No, I know, but I mean like with Banner in Infinity War.
Yeah, that's true.
Although where was Thor in Infinity War? No, Thor in Infinity War wasn't anywhere near Banner, was he? Was he? I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean when they were doing the whole time travel plan and stuff that they later recruit like Fat Thor.
In Infinity War, when it's Banner, when it's not Hulk.
No, because then he immediately loses to Thanos and then gets sent away by Heimdall to Earth. and then he turns back into Banner, and then he's Banner for like all of Infinity War.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that where are Thor's and Hulk's scenes together in Infinity War? Do they have any?
No, it's just the very beginning.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, when he's like, we have a Hulk, and he gets beaten up by Thanos, and then Heimdall immediately sends him away. That's the very beginning of Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
But then where does Thor go?
He goes to space. And then he
ends up with the Guardians. With Banner. Yeah. Oh,
no,
that's
he's
right.
in space, and he's hanging out with the Guardians. And then he shows up in Wakanda, but even then, Bruce is doing other stuff in the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, that's right.
The Hulkbuster suit or whatever. Yeah.
Too many details to remember. I'm sorry. Stop distracting me from Tessa Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, what I don't get is, like, the Valkyries as a whole were a thing. So why is she just Valkyrie?
Because she's the best one.
Like, why is she the name of the, like, thing that a bunch of people were?
I have no idea.
Valkyrie in the Valkyries. Like, Valkyrie, you're a Valkyrie. Like, huh?
It's like Violet, you're turning violet.
Violet.
Valkyrie, you're a Valkyrie.
Yes. Why does he say it so many times? Sam Beauregard. Square deal, Sam. You're turning violet.
I got a blueberry for a daughter.
I think hearing that stupid pure imagination got us on the Wonka train.
Well, she might be the last Valkyrie. Is she though? Do we not see other Valkyries in this movie?
So maybe she is the last calling herself one. Valkyrie.
Where's the Pegasus? That's what I want to know.
Well, doesn't she ride
an impression of
in
a Pegasus.
Endgame? Doesn't she ride in on one on Endgame? And she's like,
she does. And Spider-Man gets on the back of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man. What a miserable last movie he had as well.
That's terrible.
He did. It was so miserable. But also not.
What does that
mean? Oh, look at these other versions of me. They're so nice. But oh no. Everybody I know has forgotten who I am and or is dead.
That's sad.
I am Peter. I'm restarting my life. Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man. What will it be called? Spider-Man.
And it's like, look at all this, and like the fact that like they didn't have a moment. It was weird. It was just like, hi Bruce, hi Natasha, and that was it. And then you just had Don Cheadle, like, that was awkward, and like
what do you think Spider-Man 4 will be called? And will it be Spider-Man A New Home? Spider-Man, home is where the heart is.
Oh.
Spider-Man, a home without friends. No. Spider-Man.
That's incredibly depressing.
Spider-Man, homeboy.
What? Excuse me, sir. Spider-Man homeboy. Oh no.
Spider-Man. I don't know. What you're not offering any suggestions.
Well, I'm sorry, I was a little thrown off by Spider-Man Homeboy.
Home dog?
Okay, no, just stop.
Sorry. Spider-Man. A Way Back Home. Spider-Man A New Home seems the most appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has to start again.
He does. This is kind of those it took 3 movies to tell his origin story.
Well, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They won't be home if John Watts or whoever isn't involved. They better had be, Steve, because that's the point of the Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man back home.
Okay.
Where's he going back to?
I mean,
can't go back, can he? There's nobody there. Everybody's forgot who he is. He has to move. He's going to college, isn't he? Going to Columbia. Not the country Columbia.
he's gonna become a drug lord.
That'd be interesting. Spider-Man, Columbia.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Columbia is home now. It's just Spider-Man going around Bogota. Not all Colombians are drug dealers, Janine. God, that's so racist.
My bad.
Just because one very notable Colombian was a drug dealer.
Yes, I'm sorry. I shouldn't put people in boxes. In Colombian drug lord boxes.
Spider-Man Fly Away Home. I like that.
Okay.
Doesn't fly though, does he, Spider-Man? Web slings. That's how he gets about.
Yeah, you're a Valkyrie. See, he should have said that. He didn't say it. Here we go. Beautiful painting.
Flying Pegasus is. Yes, it is. It's very pretty.
Right? Doesn't that look so cool?
It actually reminds me of something that you would see in a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah, kind of. This is the most Zack Snyder you're gonna
It's
get.
incredibly Zack Snyder, actually, isn't
Yeah.
it? Just because it takes about 8 years to do something that would usually take about 3 seconds of time.
Yeah.
In extreme slow-mo, but yeah, I appreciate that.
I really appreciate that Patrick Nagel shirt. His art is pretty great. It's very 80s.
They did look like Amazonians. Wonder Woman's people. But they don't do Pegasus. It's Pegasi.
Pegasi. What do we both think of Pegasi?
Because that's the logical plural word.
Yeah.
They just do regular horses. But also the Amazonians are supposed to be at least all 6 foot, right? Is that their deal? They're supposed to be tall.
But Tessa Thompson's not very tall.
Not the Valkyries, the Amazonians,
Oh,
the Wonder Woman
sorry.
people.
Yes. But Gal Gadot is not that tall.
Well, I don't know how tall Gal Gadot is.
She's not that tall.
I don't know people's height. You know what it's like on screens, Janine? You can never tell
how tall people
actually
really
are in relation to you.
Yes, that is true.
It's why whenever you meet people that you've only seen on screen, whether it is actors or whoever, or, you know, when, say, we first met each other, you're never really sure.
Yeah.
You're always a little bit confused as to why people are so small.
Yeah.
You know? Like, whoa. Like, if I met, like, Ruffalo's definitely smaller than I am. Which just seems weird.
Yeah, because he's playing, like, the man form of this giant thing.
Look at them all celebrating Hulk. I think Steve sent us something. I've got to get my phone now. Where is it? There. That's a lot of green gas. Is the Joker there?
Oh, I like that.
Is the
That's
Joker
awesome.
there? That'd be interesting.
What?
Ooh, the Crow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's a good poster.
Yes. Steve has sent me some amazing posters that adorn my little media room here. So he's a good poster picker.
Yes.
How do you feel about Tessa Thompson's accent?
I'm not interested.
Yeah, I'm just interested in her face. Is that what you were gonna say?
Asgardian accent. It's like you don't have to be playing to anything, do you? You can be mixing up all sorts. It's not. You can't say, "Oh, you're supposed to be British," because you're not. You're supposed to be Asgardian.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, that's the funniest thing that happens in the entire movie. Thor just opens that door just opens, and immediately he just throws something right at Loki's face, and it just pings off him.
He has to make sure he's really there. I love that, like, you can never tell. Like, Loki's really good at, like, getting you to maybe believe that he's gonna do something good, and then he's very mischievous, lives up to
He
his
is.
trickster.
He is. But in the Loki TV show now, you have to assume that a season 2 of that, he's gotta have to do something good.
Yes.
Well, he kind of
But
does. He
even
does a
I
lot of
loved
good.
the scene of the
He does a
Loki
lot
that
of
we
good
know
in the
is
first season, really.
yes. But it's like the Loki that was like the worst version of him, seeing his death and seeing that he did work things out with Thor, and his reaction to that is so powerful because, like,
Yeah.
this is the worst version of him. And even seeing like his own death and him stepping up for Thor like that, and his reaction to that is really impactful.
That's what I mean. That's what changed that Loki.
Yeah.
To become quite pleasant that he becomes at the end of that series, but you have to assume he's going to be rather heroic in a second series of it.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, JMB. You are coming in
Hello.
late, but this is not a. You do not need to apologize for such thing.
No, not at all. We're just hanging out, watching a movie. I feel like they do make a good team, so it's just terrible that like Loki's just very unpredictable in his allegiances.
He works for himself. Does Loki, Janine?
The change in Loki's hair. It's
They're
just
gonna do get help.
so good.
They're gonna do get help. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't change anything. They literally walk in, shout, get help, and then just throw Loki.
Like they talk it up like it's this big plan.
They could just walk in and throw Loki. It doesn't make any difference.
That they have to be like, what? Because I mean, I think it maybe just confuses people at first.
It'd confuse people if two random people walked into the hangar area or whatever it is anyway.
Well, because they're like, wait, do we need to help them? Because I mean, if they had just walked in, they probably would have started shooting at them right away, right?
No. Get help, help him, get help. Lasts 3 seconds before Loki is thrown at those
But I
people.
think if they just had walked out there normal, they would have just opened fired on them. But like Steve said, it's a distraction. It kind of like stops them for a minute to like have to think and figure what's going on, and then there's time to like toss him.
Betraying again. Loki Lokester. Lokester. We'll call him Lokester.
Do not call him Lokester. That's weird.
Why is that weird?
Because it's just weird. The
Your beard.
Lokester.
The Lokester and
The
Spider-Man
Lokester.
Homeboy.
You can hear Pauly Shore saying it right now.
It's Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore in a 90s movie. Hey, the Lokester.
Why have you ruined it with Pauly Shore being involved?
Because you just ruined it by calling him the Lokester. That's worse than Spider-Man Homeboy.
I don't see the problem with Spider-Man Homeboy. I mean, what if Spider-Man wanted to be Homeboy?
Oh my goodness. No. Just stop.
I don't see your problem, Janine.
I see a major problem.
What's that? What's the major problem?
Can you just stop, please? Trying to rationalize the things that you're saying right now. Yeah, she is pretty badass in this movie.
Even this movie's not as bright as I remember it being.
No. They really talked about orgies in an MCU movie. They really just brought up orgies in this movie right now. They sure done did it.
Well, I bet Disney were right clapping themselves over that one. It was like, oh yes, we put a reference to this in our movie, aren't we? Good. They're so painfully, prissily safe, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not big risk takers.
They never direct with anything, are they?
No, it's always kind of just like innuendo type. Like, you just kind of have to read between the lines if you know.
It's more dangerous than it's. Well, it's not dangerous, but it's more pathetic than it not being in the first place. I'd rather it not be there.
Yeah. If you're not going to really
it's like
just kind of go for it. That's why everyone's kind of worried about how a Deadpool movie would work.
Yeah, it's like I don't think Homeboy is it's a joke. I'm joking, for God's sake. Obviously, I'm quite aware totally that Spider-Man Homeboy is wildly inappropriate.
Very ridiculous. Yes, no, he was being ridiculous.
I'm just very dry. I'm sorry. What was I talking about? Janine.
I don't remember what you were talking about.
What was I talking about? Oh yes, that's what I was talking about. Like how in the stupid Disney movies, where they applaud themselves over putting a gay character, but they're completely irrelevant in the fact that they're gay in a movie.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm having a dance. I'm Josh Gad. I'm having a dance with a man. Right? Does it matter at all?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't matter. So
gay
stop
people
applauding
exist in
yourself
the world.
over it.
Yeah, gay people exist in the world like everyone else. So like, stop trying.
I was not talking about orgies, JMB.
I think I was talking about orgies more than Morgan was. Well, because that Valkyrie said it. Like, there's no guns on the ship because it's a party ship that he uses for orgies. That's what she said. So
I do not want to think about Jeff Goldblum's orgies, Janine. I'm sure he has them.
Not even after seeing that famous scene from Jurassic Park where he's just all laid out.
No, this is what I mean. I believe Jeff Goldblum probably has partaken in such activities in his life.
Fair enough.
But it doesn't mean I want to think about it.
Okay, I get you.
And I would like to bring up again that Disney movies need to stop patting themselves over the back when they incredibly surface level put in
something that's like, oh,
characters that are supposedly
that literally just exist in the world.
Yeah, supposedly. Yeah. Oh, we'll put this in. We'll put this. We'll put this in. This will be diverse. We'll put this in. We'll clap ourselves for this rather than just playing it naturally. Like this is what I liked about. Was it what's her face? The child, not the child, the teenage girl from Multiverse of Madness, America Chavez. She had two mums, and it was played very naturalistically, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole like we have to link.
It wasn't a whole big let's applaud ourselves.
Even in
for
Lightyear,
having a gay couple. Even in Lightyear, yes,
it was
played very naturalistically. They did not make a big deal about it and applaud themselves over it. But that obnoxious Josh Gad thing in Beauty and the Beast was just horrific.
And had to do this little wink to the camera
it
type
was
thing.
Pathetic.
It was just, yeah. And they really thought they did something there.
Go and watch the French one.
La Belle et la Bête is great.
But although the sensitive people out there do clutch their pearls and yell about how they don't want it in their films, they absolutely do. But I tell you what, those sensitive people will clutch their pearls less and yell about it less if it was presented naturalistically and almost to the point where you didn't even maybe realize it was in there in the first place because it was that naturalistically done and they didn't draw stupid attention to it just to applaud themselves, because that's the only reason they do draw attention to it.
That is true.
Just to say, oh, look at this movie. Oh, we've got a trans character in this movie. Have you? Good for you. Just put them in the movie anyway. Doesn't make a lick of difference. Unless you're making a specifically trans story, you know?
Yes, agreed.
Oh, here's where Tessa Thompson gets a massive gun out and it's incredibly suggestive. Oh no, that might.
What would you do if she had that gun? What would you do if she had that gun while she was wearing that suit that she's wearing in the next movie, in Love and Thunder? Would you be able to?
I would get on my knees.
Would you be able to have control of your faculties?
No. I'm sorry, man. I would get on my knees, Janine. I would do. Have you ever seen the first series of Blackadder, Janine?
Yes, I believe you.
Oh yeah, you possibly have seen a couple of episodes of it. But there's one scene in the first series of Blackadder where Rowan Atkinson is incredibly over the top, trying to worship his father, the king.
Yeah.
And he's constantly bowing like this. Like just walking up to him and walking back, just constantly doing that. That's what I would be doing. Something akin to that.
Yes.
JMB's also totally for Tessa Thompson being suggestive or explicit. I mean, look.
He's also a fan of Blackadder.
Oh. Baldrick, where's my codpiece? There it is. Tessa Thompson's gone. The fact of the matter is, though, I've just had a big crush on the Thompson for years.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's one of the celebrity crushes, Janine, and I just have to acknowledge that.
Yes.
What's that cod piece called that Blackadder wears in that when he meets? He's meeting. It's when he's meeting Miriam Marley. He's playing the Queen of Spain. It's called like the Black Russian or something like that. This cod piece he's got on it basically looks like he's got a huge bone.
Probably the intention.
Oh, exactly the intention.
Yes.
But it's literally it's about that big, just sticking out and curving upwards from his lower portion. Blackadder's definitely my favourite thing Rowan Atkinson's ever done. 100%.
Yeah, no, it was really funny.
You still need to watch all of Blackadder, though, Janine.
I do. Well, I mean, I'm a fan of
1 to 4.
I
Seasons
told you.
1 to 4 and the specials.
I told you how I grew up watching Are You Being Served with my mom.
I know, but it's not the same.
I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just saying, like, I am a fan of British humor.
Yes.
You are just really coming for me today. Working like shit. Let me live. Okay. Yeah. No, don't destroy the beautiful rainbow bridge. It's so pretty.
It's not very rainbow, though, is it? That's what I'm saying.
I know.
It's very grey in this movie. It wants to brighten itself up, the old Bifrost.
The old Bifrost could use a good polish.
Oh, just polish your own Bifrost there.
Like right
Sparkle it up a little. Oh, boy.
Yank out that eye, lady. When I'll say it.
Yeah.
It's like, got your nose.
Pokey pokey. It's like Kill Bill, isn't it? Plop.
Yes.
She's got a point. That is how, primogeniture works. The firstborn
is in charge.
Takes the reign.
Yes.
There's the eye gone. Bye bye eye. It's all right, Thor. You look better with one eye. Anyway.
Bye eye. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not bye 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 by
Bye bye eye.
NSYNC. Please tell me that's NSYNC and not the Backstreet Boys, and I've not got the confused again.
Yes, I would never let you confuse the two.
Bye bye eye. That's what should be. That's what we should make a TikTok, Janine.
He could totally
of that
be dead.
Scene. Of that scene, and the eye gets cut out, and then you just put bye bye eye by NSYNC.
Is that the next T-shirt design you want me to do?
There's so many wonderful podcast T-shirt designs that we could have that nobody would buy, but we could have them. Bye bye eye. How we still don't have a mustache Hall of Fame, and I don't know.
I'm surprised no one's ever made a Twilight Wolves joke with this thing, because it looks kind of similar.
Does look similar.
Like Jacob.
No, it wouldn't be Jacob. He'd have to imprint himself on.
It would be Black. What's his name? Sam, because he's a black wolf, the leader.
I mean, you still have to imprint himself on someone. Oh no, what a shame! I've imprinted myself on the Bifrost. You can't imprint yourself on the Bifrost. It's a mythical bridge, not a person. Oh, it's just happened. I can't control it.
How do you get on these tangents?
I have to stick to the Bifrost. You can't get past.
Oh my goodness.
Bye. Steve likes the joke.
He gets it.
Steve always gets it.
Yeah, I always thought that too. Like, I don't know how it rebuilt so quick for Dark World.
Because it's magic. We're dealing in a world of gods here.
Yeah.
This isn't real life.
Yeah.
No, we're not having two versions of a t-shirt that says orgies with each of our faces on it. That's incredibly suggestive, and I'm not prepared for that.
It just says Grandmaster on the front and orgies ! Exclamation point on the back. Also, that eye, like the no eye makeup, looks really terrible. It looks like Halloween. I'm just gonna paint my eye black. To make it look like I have an eye hole there. Like, it does not look good.
Put one of them contact lenses in.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good. I think, obviously they're trying not to make it super gory, but it looks like he's just closing his eye. They just put a bunch of dark colors on. It doesn't look good at all.
They
right?
They did well with the gore in Multiverse of Madness. They've not done.
It just does not look good.
They've not done a perfect job with that there, really, have they?
No.
Well, see, Steve confirms what we thought before, Janine. Clancy Brown was Surtur. Dad, I don't have my hammer, and I've lost my eye like you.
It just looks weird. It just looks weird. You don't need that eye patch. Can I borrow?
You're dead, Dad. Can I have your eye patch, please?
Yeah.
No, you can't. I still need it. I'm in the afterlife. Valhalla. That's what it would be, wouldn't it? This could be Asgard. So when he says this could be Asgard, is this perhaps exactly where New Asgard is?
Yes.
Is it actually?
Yes, I believe so. And then in this new movie, they make it a tourist destination with cruise ships and things.
Tourist destination? I don't know, is that tiny?
Yes. Yes, they make it a tourist destination. So they could make in the trailer you see cruise ships coming up and all kinds of nonsense. That's why she's in a suit, because there's actual
I was too focused on Tessa Thompson in the suit.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm sorry. I allow you to have people you find attractive.
Yes, Clancy Brown is a great actor. He has a great voice.
I thought you meant Clancy Brown was someone you found attractive then.
No, not that.
Well, he might be.
He has a
great.
He has.
Oh, there's your shot.
Yeah. What did you think hearing this song in Shrek 3, Morgan?
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yes. And Snow White was the one doing the color birds.
Shrek 3. Oh dear. I'm more interested in Tessa Thompson's slow-mo walking away from fireworks.
Yes, in slow motion.
Remember when this movie and people got really excited about how Norse mythological it was going to be, and then the Northman came out and basically just ruined every other movie's chance ever of being as good at Norse
really depict
mythology.
That. Yeah. That's what I heard. I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it yet.
It's very good. I mean, it's very nasty, but it's very good. Although I still feel like it felt a touch It's my... I don't think I prefer it to The Witch or The Lighthouse as far as Robert Eggers movies go. But you feel that it had a higher budget. You feel that it had a significant production behind it, rather than it just being very him driven and very which added to it in a positive sense in some scenes, but I think took away from some stylistic things and some kind of real deep things that he could have done with a smaller movie. JMB says, I think I first saw Tessa in Westworld. I first saw Tessa Thompson probably in Creed.
I think I had seen her in other things, like how she was in When a Stranger Calls remake and things when she was younger.
Oh, yes.
And then, the first thing where I noticed her was Creed. Oh, but also I think I watched that movie Dear Black People. And that was the first thing I saw her in. Or Dear White People. Dear White People. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah.
When a Stranger Calls, the remake. Silly remake, but it does have Tessa Thompson in the start of it. And tell you, she must have been young at that point, because she ain't old now.
No.
I never saw Westworld because it was an HBO show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
isn't it? Because it's still not finished, has it? It's still got a new season.
I think so. I don't think I didn't watch the second season.
But Britain doesn't have HBO, obviously. So
also in Westworld, Anthony Hopkins.
He is. Yes, he is. Also in the Westworld movie from the 70s, Yul Brynner.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't care about that, do you? No.
No, I know it's a Westworld movie. And Westworld was written by the same writer of Jurassic Park.
It was. It was.
Michael Crichton, right? Am I remembering the right person? Yes.
Tessa Thompson was in Sorry to Bother You, which I forgot that movie existed until you just mentioned it right now, Steve. And oh my God, what a bizarre movie.
Yes.
Do you know what? That was all over the place in when was it? 20, when was it that?
2016? 2017?
17? I want to say. Oh my God, though, that was
2018.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense, actually. Yes, it does, because I first saw that movie when I was in LA, and that was in 2018.
Des and Troy. So creative.
Mad movie. Sorry to bother you.
Okay, I'm sorry. That did not look that great. That was literally
No, the CG in this movie is not.
No, but that cut.
Perfect.
Did you see that cut? She throws the dagger and it doesn't even show it impale him. It just shows it just cuts to him with the dagger in him and him going down like you would do in an old movie.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What's
wrong with old movie techniques,
it was very noticeable. You just see her hand gesture like she's throwing it, and then the next thing he's like, Yeah, they didn't show it actually impaling him. We saw several scenes where people got impaled like CGI people.
What did you think about the movie Sorry to Bother You?
I actually have never seen
it. Oh.
I know there's some weird thing with horse people, but
yes, it's about horse people. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but other than that, I've not seen it.
It's well worth seeing. You'll not see another movie like it.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard the concept of horse people, I figured, yeah, it's probably a pretty unique film.
And it's not like fun horse people either, like centaurs. It's like an adult version of the donkeys from Pinocchio.
Oh, scary. It's gonna be like my nephew, Pinocchio. No.
Tune in to Monday Madness on Monday to hear more stories about Janine's nephew and traumatic Pinocchio experiences.
Yeah.
You can't beat that big monster, Hulky. Should we call him Hulky?
Hulky? Okay. Just like the Lokester.
I didn't say the Lokester. I said Lokester.
No.
There's a
I'm
difference.
pretty sure you said the
I didn't.
Lokester. Just like your favorite movie, California Man. Yeah, people, did you know that Encino Man in the UK is called California Man?
I've never seen the movie, but yes, it is.
Yes, because Encino, California is like a specific city that like
Why the
British
hell
people
would British
would not have
people
any
know where
have any concept
Encino,
of some.
California was?
Yes, exactly. So it's just California Man. It was that ridiculous helmet.
That is a ridiculous helmet. Who is that? I want to hear
so
about
bad.
that
Look
guy.
how bad his eyeball. Look how bad that eyeball thing looks. I'm sorry. It just looks really bad.
It does look like something I could do at Halloween.
Right? So like it's like just show him.
Why is
from
Steve
the front
talking about
side.
the Red Death now? This isn't a Vincent Price movie.
Yeah, it does. It does look worse now. They kind of at least where he was moving around a little bit, so they were able to kind of, mask it.
I have no idea if she appeared in Creed or Westworld first. I don't know. I know Creed was 2015.
I think Creed was first.
Oh, look at this eye patch I've got, Loki. Don't I look fancy?
It's very stylish. And he's really there. Oh, brothers.
Brothers.
Round brothers.
Look at them sharing a couch.
Well, that's the whole running thing. He throws things to make sure he's actually there. Brothers. Meow. Take your place, Thor, Odin's son.
Oh no, it's Thanos.
Yeah.
He's not here yet. Wait a minute. Wait, literally 2 minutes.
Seconds, and then and then the person giving the distress call of this ship. Do you know who that is?
The person giving the distress call of
like
this
you
ship.
You hear like you just hear the voiceover like through the opening titles when like because the opening thing is this ship getting destroyed, right?
Oh, of Infinity War.
Yes. And you hear somebody voiceover talking about the distress, like putting out a distress call.
Right.
Do you know who that voice is?
I haven't got a clue who that voice is. No, who is it?
It is director of the first Thor film, Kenneth Branagh.
Oh. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yes. Yay. Or Ragnarok.
Or Ragnarok, we're not bothering watching the end credits.
No, that's fine.
Because we don't need
we
to be
know.
teased
We
as to
know
what
what
comes next.
Yes, we definitely don't. But
we know what comes next. Yes. Fun times, Janine.
Steve knows his trivia.
Steve does know it. Steve's incredibly knowledgeable.
He is.
I am not.
Well, this was fun. Thank you to everyone who popped in and hung out with
Yes,
us.
thank you, guys.
We love doing these. They're just fun little hangouts, watching a movie together. You know, I wish I could watch movies with Morgan in real life, but this is the next best thing.
You don't really wish you could watch movies with me.
Yes,
you just do
I've
them
watched
because we do
movies.
watch-alongs.
I've watched movies with you in real life, and it's
yes, you have.
So yeah, I wish I could do that in person.
It's just like this, though, but you
know.
can just throw things at me when you get annoyed at me.
Where we just, talk shit and make fun of things and make ridiculous jokes. And
it's just exactly like this.
Yes, essentially.
But yes, thank you guys for
thank you.
hanging out with us for this watch-along. Our first MCU watch-along.
Yes,
on the It's
a
Wonderful
crazy
podcast channel. Thor Ragnarok. We're excited for Thor Love and Thunder. We will definitely be doing a big spoiler-filled live discussion on Thor Love and Thunder when it comes out.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that. But look, on this YouTube channel now, you get every week in full video glory. You get Monday Madness, which is our new Monday show. That you can, of course, also find in audio format on the podcast feed, but it's every Monday on this channel as well. These watch-alongs, the fun live discussions, other videos we have here as well. Subscribe, ding the notification bell if you haven't already, and do all that fun stuff. The main audio feed, you've seen it go across the bottom of the screen. Monday, we have Monday Madness. Wednesday, we have Morgan Hasn't Seen. Friday, we have It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show on Anchor, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Castbox, Amazon Music, and everywhere else. We have also had our Twitters go across the bottom of the screen too, so I don't think we even need to say them, because people who are watching this, Janine, can read.
Yes, I think they can.
I have faith that people can actually read. No, I've turned the movie off. I'm not watching the mid-credits or the end credits.
Where they're just kind of faced with a giant ship, and so that's what we know. Yes.
It's Thanos. It's old purple thumb face himself.
Purple thumb face. Good old purple thumb face.
Good old thumb face. Good old hyped up grimace.
Yes.
Good old.
I think you're done coming up with names of things today.
Right? Fine.
You're done.
Okay. I've been shut up there. I will let Janine say goodbye, and I will just stay here in silence.
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Bye.